How is that for a gorgeous sight? The Washington Monument here in the District of Columbia, so beautifully framed in the sunlight. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, "I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter." Kevin, it still is.
It sure is. Thanks, David. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
Well, you look at Randall. With the voting as it is now, it looks like he'll miss out on a spot in the starting lineup for the East.
Yeah, not even in the top 10, but it shouldn't take away from what he's done this year. It's been a very good season for him.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Smith is out there with Barrett. And it's Harkless in at the small forward position. And for the Wizards, Wall runs the point with Beal at the 2. Bryant is out there with Wagner. And it's Hachimura in at the small forward. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for him.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Now, here is Smith. Passes to Harkless. Barrett with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Smith fires from way outside. Robinson, that's good. Now Wall. Pass to Hachimura. Bryant against Robinson. And it's Bryant missing. And here's Smith. 14 points from him the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long. That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Wall, and Wall with the slam.
And always a bonus to have a point guard who can dunk the basketball. Wall has great initiative when it comes to rising up and throwing it down.
Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Barrett. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Smith against Wall. It's Beal on the wing. From downtown, buries the long-range jumper.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Now here's Harkless. He kicks to Smith. The shot off that time. Wall with some nice D. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Beal, the pass to Hachimura. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
Now, here is Smith. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Robinson with the block. And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. For New York, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Smith kicks to Robinson. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in.
And that's terrific D by Hachimura. He's shown he has the strength and length to match up against almost anyone.
And the slam dunk by Wall.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And the Knicks with possession here. After the basket by Washington. Nice shot by Smith.
How about that for some confidence? Dennis Smith Jr. isn't afraid of trying his luck on the inside.
Smith against Wall. Outside Bryant. Back to Wall. 4 on the shot clock. There's Beal with the 3. Another shot. Robinson with the block. Here's Harkless. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for Washington. They trail by 1. The pass to Beal. Here's Wagner. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Julius Randle picks one up. We're just halfway through the season, Brent. Talk about the value of leadership and keeping everyone focused night in and night out.
A lot of that will come from your coaching staff and the messaging, but I will tell you what, Kevin, playing with a star player that goes out there and does it night after night, watching James Harden, watching Russell Westbrook, watching Steph Curry, have the kind of for the game 56, the game 68. You're just sitting there in amazement. You want to step up and say, you know what, I want to be there for you.
But to me, that may be the most important. Like every game, they're there, aren't they? Every single game.
They are there. They're excited to be there. They're excited for you to be playing, and they raise the level of your attentiveness to being competitive on a nightly basis. And truly, those guys become inspirational to you.
Both good from the line that time.
Tons and tons of playing time to be had in New York for Coach Fizdale. Second-round players, second-chance players. A lot of these guys are going to get their shot. Of course, R.J. Barrett, the guy they're going to lean on most to see what he's capable of doing and how quickly he can learn. But the Knicks have a ton of developing to do this year.
Now here's Beal. 35 points for him last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Knicks trail by 3. And last season, Brent, guys like Robinson, Dotson, and Moutier, they all got to see the 4 for the Knicks.
Yeah, those moments helped, although all of those guys are not back with the Knicks this coming season. But that younger talent getting out on the NBA floor for actual NBA minutes could help them to play a pivotal role moving forward for those players.
So it's Washington now after R.J. Barrett's miss. Pushing it up. Deflects the pass. And now Beal pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. Jumps up and finished off by Beal.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Here's Barrett following the bucket by the Wizards. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Aggressive and physical. Barrett creating the contact there to draw the foul.
And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Davis Bertans checks in for Bryant. And that one misses.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
And so it's New York with it after the basket by Washington. Barrett. They get it again, and Robinson throws it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. Pulls it up. And Barrett the bucket on the assist from Randall. And now just a 1-point Wizards lead.
The man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
Passes it to Hachimura. Here's Bertans, covered by Smith. Bertans, the pass to Wall. Just 3 to shoot, out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. The Wizards making a switch here. Mahimi's checked in. And then for New York, Kevin Knox is checked in for Maurice Harkless. And Alonzo Trier's subbed in for Smith. Shot clock at 2. Wall, good.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Knicks trail by 3. Here's Trier. Pass to Knox. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, Knox finding his way around the rim and then pretty versatile to finish.
Wall taking his time here. Pass to Hachimura. To the paint. Here's Bertans. He's off on that one. Randall with some nice D. Here's Knox. Wall with a block. Outside, Beal. To the middle. Here's Bertans. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The defensive rules were different when you played, Brent. For example, the elimination of the hand check.
Hand checking was huge because great defensive guards like a Derek Harper or a Mookie Blaylock could get their forearm on you and basically move you around rather than you trying to get where you want to go. And the other thing, Kevin, that they did was they didn't allow you to have the time in the free throw line. You have a 2.9 before an illegal defense. It used to be a game really of 2 stars on one side of the floor operating, and the rest of the guys sort of shoveled off in the corner on the other side. All those things have changed with the way the league has gone now.
For the better.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, freedom of movement, fluidity of the athletes. It's definitely a better game in terms of the movement.
For the Wizards, Bonga's checked in, and Smith subbed in for Beal. And then for New York, Bobby Portis is checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Gibson comes in for Randall, and Damian Dotson subbed in for Barrett. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Dotson the pass to Trier. Back to Dotson. Clock at 6. Here's Portis. Rebound by Mahimi.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Knicks trail by 5. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Knox. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And Knox taking lessons from the school of hard knocks on that play. Nice finish.
Well, you knew it was going to take some time for Kevin Knox, but Greg, at the end of last season, he began to show flashes of what he could do.
You could almost see the game starting to slow down for him about halfway through the season. Consistency is something all rookies struggle with, but it hit Knox especially hard. Fortunately, that is something that passes with time.
Kevin Knox was a bit of a mixed bag in his rookie season, and that's to be expected on a team that didn't have a tremendous amount of consistent talent on the floor. He struggled with his scoring and showed some flashes shooting the ball. It'll be interesting in year 2 where it is that Kevin Knox has made some improvements in the offseason.
Now here is Smith taking a look at his stats. He's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great, scoring is coming in bunches, and both of the teams feeling confident right now.
And with Knox, Brent, the athleticism is clearly there.
Oh, he can get up and down with the best of them and can rise up and do some exciting things, but for Kevin Knox, it's about consistency. Can he get to some spots on the floor where every night he's capable of making plays, whether that's for him or doing something off the bounce? That's the next step for Kevin Knox.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, it was a season of rebuilding, and Damian Dotson was certainly a bright spot for the Knicks, a guy that just loves to let it fly, and he found his way into some minutes after some roster turnover. It made the best of his chances for Coach Fizdale.
He hits both from the stripe. And for Dotson, Brent, it's not always easy for second-round picks to find the chance to increase their role.
Yeah, you wonder, Kevin, if being a second-round pick isn't the thing we should be talking about. It's about Dotson spending 4 years in college and coming in with a more mature perspective so that when the opportunity arose for him to take advantage, he would do so. Looks like he's found a spot in the league.
Bertans kicks to Smith. Takes a shot at the elbow. Off the left rim and out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Deep 2 from Trier. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. That's a thing of beauty.
Washington's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Napier with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Wizards lead by 3. .137 left to play in the first quarter. Trier passes to Portis. The Knicks shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
.127 left to play in the first. Shoots from the block. Doesn't go that time. And the Wizards now going the other way. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
59 seconds left in the first. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. For New York, they have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. And he sinks the second. 51 seconds left in the first quarter. Now Napier. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Feeds it to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Pertinis. No good on the shot. Great D that time from Gibson.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Here's Dotson. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Gibson down low. Working on Bertans. Here's Dotson. From deep. And that one released in time, but no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Washington out in front, up 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. One of the most dangerous scorers in the game, Bradley Beal spoke about the trust Coach Scott Brooks has in him and his teammates.
I think the biggest thing is he's still young, so he tries to think he's still hip. He keeps up with us a little bit, but he grants us a lot of freedom. He allows us freedom on both ends of the floor to be leaders.
Ellen Beal trying to grow as a leader and a star. Has to love that.
Yeah, and Brooks known for developing good relationships with his players. He pushes them, but he gives them a lot of praise as well.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Wizards' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Washington, they've got Napier. Now there's Bertans out there with Mahinmi. And it's Smith, and it's Bonga in at the 3, the small forward. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. The Wizards making a switch here. Bryant's checked in. And so Bryant will bring it up for Washington. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
You got to give him an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Well, it would have been really nice to get that win on the road, but no team ever happy with a loss. They put up a good fight, and they had nothing to hang their heads on after that one.
The Wizards shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
2 shots.
Free throw drops for Napier. To win with consistency, Brent, you need guys who you can bank on, guys you can count on. And with that in mind, who's the most consistent scorer that you see night in and night out in the NBA?
Well, Kevin Durant and James Harden are just tremendous at scoring the basketball. Anywhere they are, at any time, they have an opportunity within a few minutes to explode and put 10 or 12 points on the board. And so those individual runs, and then Kevin, quite frankly, the attention defensively from the opposition to try to shut them down will open up opportunities for other guys to flood into the game that haven't had any impact thus far.
Exactly.
So now all of a sudden they get going, but Durant, Harden, and last year there were stretches where Paul George absolutely entered this category.
Here's Knox. He's got 5. It's good. Knox has got 7 points in the game.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Napier feeling it out a bit. There's the pass to Smith. Here's Bonga. Passes it to Napier from past the arc. The rebound by Gibson. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Knox, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Kevin Knox's father played professional football when Kevin was growing up. That may be where he gets some of his toughness from.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
An okay season at the free throw line for him so far, sitting right around 76%.
And it's tied up with that one. Wagner, he's checked in for the Wizards. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Dennis Smith, he's checked in for Alonzo Trier. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And here's Smith. He has 5. Left side, Bryant. And stolen by Portis. Dotson gets the bucket. Dotson's got the lead up to 3 now for New York.
Recognizing spacing on the floor there, Dennis Smith Jr. with a nice job of delivering.
Outside Bryant. Here's Napier. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Now here is Smith. Napier covering. Smith inside. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. The Wizards have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And it's Napier missing. And there's the foul. It'll go on Shabazz Napier. That is his first foul of the game. Bradley Beal's checked in for the Wizards. Wall comes in for Smith. And then for New York, Randall comes in for Taj Gibson. And Barrett subbed in for Damian Dotson. For the 3, up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And Knox showing you a lot of what it is that he can do in terms of his offensive arsenal.
Pass to Wagner. It's Beal on the wing. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Beal's got 10.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
That's all the defense can do. Barrett just appeared determined to score, didn't care who was on it.
And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
And the free throw, no good.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard / forward who wants to keep improving.
Now they're playing working to perfection there, if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Here's Beal. Here's Wagner. Goes back up. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Wall.
And right now, he's in one of those grooves where he has a tremendous feel for the game. His assist numbers these past 5 look a lot different than from the rest of the season. And by different, I mean better.
Second chance shot. Robinson with the block. But they recover it. Here's Wagner.
And after doing such a good job with the 3-ball in that first quarter, don't seem to have the same magic here in the second.
Here's Barrett trying to get open as Randall. Barrett, no good.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
That's a 2 from Smith. Washington with the rebound. Wagner's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Nice ball movement by Washington. That one, no good. Randall with some nice D.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
And he's flourishing as a scorer. But, Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
And a breakout season for Julius Randle in 2018-19. Averaged close to 20 and 10, delivering on the talent that saw him taken 7th overall back in 2014.
The Knicks making a switch here. Harkless is checked in. Here's Hachimura. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Now, here's Barrett. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Robinson kicks to Barrett. Shot clock at 6. And no good that time. And Washington the other way now. Greg, the Lakers allowed Julius Randle to leave in restricted free agency in 2018. Oh.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
New York leading by 5. Now here's Harkless. Smith surveying the D. Barrett with the ball. 5 to shoot. High arcing shot. It's off target. He is 4 of 9 from the field.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he signed.
And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract break comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
He misses the free throw.
And Wall has said he wants to be in the MVP conversation moving forward. A terrific floor general with unreal athleticism.
Good on the second free throw. Well, it has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much with his speed and playmaking as well as scoring.
He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And he's got one heck of a burst on his way to the bucket. Wall is at his best when he's driving the lane, going from 0 to 60 in an instant.
Pass to Harkless. Great D that time from Beal. Washington trailing. Hachimura the pass to Wall. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Dennis Smith.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Wizards have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Bertanis, he's checked in for the Wizards. That one drops. He ties it up. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Knicks. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
And here are the Knicks now. And the pass to Harkless. Pass to Robinson. Kicks it to Smith. Can they get it? The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Beal. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Mahimi's checked in for Mo Wagner. And a switcher also for New York. Trier's checked in. New York comes into this one following a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. Harkless the pass to Trier. Back to Harkless. And the layup's good off the glass. Harkless has got his 2nd basket of the night.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by Washington.
Outside, Wall. Outside, Beal. Mahimi down low. Guarded by Robinson. The shot by Mahimi, no good.
Well, he wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade. It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Here's Wall, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over him.
For Washington, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Wall. Here's Trier, a 3-point spread on the scoreboard. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Beal. 14th and 3-point field goal percentage, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And no one's been able to guard him out there. Defender's been trying to get physical with him, but time and time again, he just shrugs him off and drills it. Outside, Wall. Now the feed to Beal. The rebound by Gibson. New York comes into this one following a loss to the Nets in Brooklyn.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. One good possession, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. They could never get on a steady run. and play some solid offense.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Here's Mahimi. And the baseline jumper, no good. Knicks trail by 3. Trier passes to Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Randall with a great effort there, up and athletic and at the rim.
Here's Beal. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Gibson. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The Knicks have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. So for the Wizards, Bonga's checked in, and Smith subbed in for Bradley Beal. Then for the Knicks, Portis, he's checked in for Julius Randle, and Damian Dotson subbed in for Harkless. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. Smith outside. And stolen by Portis. There's the foul. It's on Mahimi. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA. But now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Free throw good, Portis.
And just over 80% from the line right now. A big improvement over what they shot in that first quarter.
Kevin Knox is checked in for Barrett. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Smith outside, pass to Bertans. Back to Smith. Pass to Napier. 6 on the shot clock. To end the run. The shot by Mahimi, no good.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
No good that time. Now the Wizards take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. Inside, Bertans, and finished off by Bertans.
Terrific job by Smith to dish that one off to his open teammate right there.
There's 21 seconds left in the first half. Here's Trier. Napier covering. The pass to Gibson. Here's Knox from deep. The shot that time not on target. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Knicks lead by 1. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave them a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
They played some solid team basketball, Arnie. Pretty good. They were sharing the ball. We saw some nice feeds, a lot of movement. It wasn't 5 individuals out there. It was one cohesive unit. And they got the assist to show for it. Their rhythm was nice.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett is out there with Smith, and it's Harkless in at the 3 spot. Fades away, and the shot is long. The Knicks with the lead. Now Barrett, it's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And this is Barrett at his best, looking for a shot, being active on offense. Love it.
Passes to Hachimura. Now Bryant. Five on the clock. The fader, and he gets the bucket. Bryant's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, loving the confidence. Just rise and be free, and you know you can do this.
There's something to be said about knowing yourself. It allows him to shoot and shoot comfortably, even with taller defenders out there.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
It's stolen by Randall. Pass to Barrett. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And now a 5-point New York lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Wall against Smith. Lets the 3 fly, and he's good on the 3 ball. Wagner's got 7.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest 3-pointer you can imagine.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Wall against Smith. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to be on John Wall.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
Kevin, he's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Well, after passing on drafting him at the 8th pick in 2017, the Knicks got Dennis Smith anyway, and he's a big part of their future.
Interesting to see offensively how it is that Dennis Smith grows under David Fizdale and how they're going to operate this season. Obviously, you want to be an extension if you're the point guard of the coaching staff. Lots of pressure on Dennis Smith to perform consistently for this Knicks team to remain competitive.
Here's Hachimura. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 6.
And it's all about getting to the right spot, and Hachimura did just that in transition.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Beal against Smith. Shoots over Beal. Nice shot by Smith. And the Knicks lead by 5.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Wall against Smith. Left side, Bryant. Back to Beal. Just 5 to shoot. The three-pointer, no good.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Smith the pass to Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And time again, Wall puts himself in a position to attack. Just a great job of creating offense for himself or his teammates.
The Knicks leading by 5. Smith right side. Here's Harkless. Back to Smith. New York moving the ball around. Trying to get open is Randall. Here's Robinson. And it's sent back by Bryant. Beal from long range. Good on the triple. Beal's got 17 now.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive. Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Wall against Smith. Rebounded by the Wizards. Hachimura's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Beal kicks to Wall. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Hachimura. Defended by Harkless. Outside, Beal. Pass to Bryant. Shot clock at 5. No good there off the double clutch. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. A 2-point game. For the tie. Outside for Beal. For the lead. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Smith against Wall. Trying to get something going, and that one good. And 11 points for Smith.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because he seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Outside Bryant, Harkless with the steal. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. Hachimura grabs the miss, and it's good for 2. And that's now 6 points for Robinson.
Well, he seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
Here's Wagner, buries the easy one. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 11 rebounds. For New York, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. He gets that one. Barrett's got 6 points in the quarter. Wizards trail by 3. And here's Wall. 16 points for him. Left side, Bryant. He feeds it to Wall. 6 to shoot. Back to Bryant from about 19 feet. The Knicks pull it in. Randall's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him.
Let's take a look at numbers for John Wall. Some impressive play from him over the last month. Averaging 21 points per game, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up. Fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And then for New York, Bobby Portis has checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Kevin Knox comes in for Maurice Harkless. And Damian Dotson subbed in for Smith. And so he hits both. So it's the Wizards now. Now here's Napier. Smith on the wing. Fires the three. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Here's Dotson. He's got 7. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Three trips to the line so far for him in this one. And he makes the first.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Knicks. Lonzo Trier comes in for Barrett. Smith the pass to Bonga. And there's the pass to Napier. Fires the three. Washington gets it back. Here's Mahimi. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Bertens.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
From deep three-point range, Trier with the rebound.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's Dotson. Bangs home the trifecta. Dotson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Knicks.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Passes it to Bertens. Back to Napier. Just 5 on the clock. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Napier's got 7.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's Smith. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And now a chance to see the former Demon Deacon Ish Smith in action. It has been in the league for a while now and played for several teams, and he's a veteran through and through.
Free throw good, Smith. And when you have Ish Smith on your team, you know he's going to give you scoring off the bench.
And Smith not exactly great at any one thing, but the whole package is solid for a reserve. As long as you can make the right decision and just run the offense, that'll get you pretty far in this league.
Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Ian Mahimi. Smith outside. Back to Dotson. Pass to Smith. This one for 3. That shot off, and the Wizards now going the other way. Pass to Bonga. To the left wing. Here's Napier. Nailed from three-point land. Napier's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Wizards. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. They trail by 1. Smith, no luck. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Smith on the wing. There's the 3. It's good from long range. Smith's got 10 points in just the second half.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Outside Bryant. Back to Smith. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. Smith's got it all tied up now for the Wizards.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
New York's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Smith the pass to Knox. Back to Smith. Now the pass to Dotson. Outside Portis. That's a 2 from Smith. Rebound by Smith.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Passes it to Bertans. Outside Bryant. The tray. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Smith outside. Outside Portis. They get it back. Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Yeah, I'm sure the scouting report had something like put a body on Taj Gibson. That time the defense did not.
Napier dishes to Smith. To the paint. Intercepted. Oh, and here we go. Knox has got it. The fast break chance.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Here's Napier. Here's Bryant, and finish off by Bryant.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Smith outside. Hits it from three-point range. Smith's got 17 now.
That's great elevation there. Dennis Smith Jr. getting off the floor to shoot that J.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Napier finds Bertans. Smith with it. Dobson with the rebound. Smith with a wide open look. Kept alive by New York.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Here's Napier. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's New York bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We'll return shortly. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Knicks leading by 7. Ish Smith is out there with Shabazz Napier. And there's Bryant. Then there's Davis Bertans. And it's Bonga in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Gibson down low. Working on Bertans. Gibson passes to Portis.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively. Now, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Pass to Bonga. Bertans with the ball. Gibson on him. Clock at 6. Bertans, the pass to Bonga. The shot is good off the backboard. Bonga's got his first points of the night.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
And here are the Knicks now. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Harkless finds Gibson. Now here's Portis. Launches a 3. Rebound by Smith.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for him.
Pass to Napier. Shot clock at 6. And the pass to Bryant. In the corner, Smith with it. Wants to get it to Bryant and does. That one good for 2.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Randall comes in for Taj Gibson. And Barrett subbed in for Damian Dotson. Here's Smith. And Wagner pulls it down. Wagner's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Hachimura. And the 3 off target. It's stolen by Bryant. Here's Wagner, defended by Harkless. Portis against Bryant, passes it to Hachimura. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Randall. And a fast break now for New York. Harkless with it. Now Beal defending. Pass to Barrett. Smith outside. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Here's Portis. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Portis has got 4 points this quarter.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Now here's Napier. Not a lot of room. Here's Hachimura. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect. Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3-ball in his last year of college, hitting over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
The Wizards making a switch here. Wall's checked in. So he gets them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Smith with it. Lots of room. Misses off the right iron.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
Well, last season we got a glimpse of what a Bradley Beal team looks like as he led the way for the Wizards after Wall went down.
And really, Beal took it upon himself to kind of keep this team moving forward. And it was his best season to date. Career highs in scoring, and also was creating more for his teammates in Wall's absence.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And you know, you don't hear a lot of talk about it, but Brad Beal is one of the top shooting guards in our league. The scoring, the playmaking he provides is really right there amongst the elite.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Wagner passes to Hachimura. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Beal about a 25, 5-5 player last season, Greg. Most would agree that that's star-level production.
Those are Hall of Fame-esque numbers. I'd put him up there with Klay Thompson and Jimmy Butler. Fantastic scorer who does it with strong efficiency, and he's only getting better.
He hits the second from the line.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Pass to Randall. From 17 feet out, and the jumper is good. And the Knicks lead by 4.
Now you can see the touch and the improvement in that touch right there.
Wall against Smith. And stolen by Portis. Down low, here's Randall. Washington with the rebound. Wagner's the drive by Beal. That one falls. Beal's got 10 points in just the second half.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both. But when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
Barrett dishes to Smith. Jacks up a three. Here's Portis. Feeds to Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Well, so strong, and when he gets that straight line drive, Kevin, he's going to go right at anybody that's in his way to get contact.
Wizards trail by 5. Now Wall. Bryant has the open look, and good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 4 assists now tonight.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
So it's the Knicks now. Smith outside. Makes it off the glass. Smith's got 19 points.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Wall attacking. Great D that time from Portis.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
That's a defensive breakdown. You can't let him get that deep.
Yeah, how do you let him get a lounge chair down there and be comfortable in the paint like that?
Beal drives in, misses from short range.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot, just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And Wall slams it home.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. The Knicks leading by 7. And here's Barrett. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Smith for 3. Offensive rebound. Wizards have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Here's Wagner. Oh, that was something else.
And on the surface, it might seem questionable to attempt a dunk like that when they're trailing, but I think he's just trying to give his team a spark.
And what a dunk it was. Smith against Wall. Smith outside. To the inside. Trying to get open is Randall. And Barrett with the basket on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 6 assists now in the game. Wall against Smith. Now here's Wall. Here's Wagner. Over Barrett. And that one hits back iron. Count it. And it's a 9-point Knicks lead.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And it's Wall with the ball for the Washington Wizards. The kick out to Bryant. A 3-ball. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got his 5th assist in this one. New York leading by 6. New York calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, R.J. Barrett.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Mitchell Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Coach Fizdale was going over with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Thanks, David.
You wonder if the coaching staff is encouraging these kind of nights and aggressive play from Randall to take over.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that one.
Could be, that could be a catalyst for him. It really could. New York's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Smith outside. Back to Harkless. Smith on the wing. The 11-footer. Rebound, Washington. Here's Hachimura. The pass to Wagner. Left side, Wall. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
New York leading by 4. Smith inside, covered by Wall. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. Washington's gone 1-2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Passes to Beal. Launches it. And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. That will be foul number 5 on him.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
And so here is New York. They lead by 1. Pass to Barrett. And it's sent back by Bryant. They recover it. And again, it's the Knicks missing. What an opportunity here.
Yeah, chance to take the lead. This is huge.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And it's tied up with that one. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. The Knicks shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Smith against Wall. Smith the pass to Robinson. Smith with it. 6 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. The shot by Harkless no good. Here's Washington. They're on a 16-6 run. And Wall. Here we go now. And the slam dunk by Wall.
But I'll tell you, when Wall is scoring like this, it's special to watch. A spectacular, explosive performer.
Knicks trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
New York calls timeout. It's been quite a game for Bradley Beal.
The defense has to take the ball out of his hands. He's just knocking down every three-pointer he takes right now.
Here's Smith. Trying to get open is Robinson. Smith no good. Washington leading now by 3. Beal drives in and finished off by Beal.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Now Smith. pass to Randall. And Wagner pulls it down. Wagner's got his 16th rebound on the night. Here's Hachimura. Banked in off the glass. Hachimura's got the lead up to 7 now for Washington.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Randall no good. And it's Wall with the ball for the Washington Wizards. Here's Hachimura. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on R.J. Barrett.
And you can see what makes Hachimura a tough cover. He can beat you with finesse, and also he can bring the hard hat.
Gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
Here's Smith. 1:05 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Randall left side. They need this. Another shot. And Wagner pulls it down.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times. Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Barrett, no good.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from 3-point range, and he shows us why. Still, I expect him to make one of those.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
And what I love about Barrett in transition, he can change directions at full speed.
"17 seconds left here in the 4th quarter, and so they choose to intentionally foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 7-point lead. New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. 16 seconds left in the 4th. So it's the Knicks now. And the Knicks miss again. Schofield passes to Wall. And here is Robinson. And so it's the Wizards with the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. John, this team goes as you and Bradley go. What is it like having him with you out there?
Well, we just enjoy playing with each other. He makes things easy for me, pushing the ball in the fast breaks and having the opportunity to find him, and also getting open shots for myself. And he's helped me want to be consistent with my jump shot and making shots and trusting my energy and stuff.
You guys are growing together, John. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long.